Does anybody else hear that?
I do. I hear it.
It's like dodgeball.
You look like you're good at dodging balls, Queen.
That's triggering. This table up here. I'm gonna narrate everything I do. I go on the phone. Someone had a party in that phone booth. It's full of empty session bottles. Sorry. Did anybody know that Gina Lolo Brigida wrote a book? I'm just gonna show you a picture. It's all pictures like this. There's something else in here. I'm gonna read you this story. It's gonna do this whole like gospel song. I went in a different direction. It's probably when I was 4, I was diagnosed with ADD. So that's probably why my attention is all off. But yeah.
What you think about now?
Hi. Your hair's up here. It is. And I try not to fall on it. So I'm just gonna get you this. So I was a lab rat for the pharmaceutical industry. That's how I describe it. A lab rat. Although they're not really doing experiments on you, they're just making money off of you. From when I was 4 to 16. Prescribed everything from Adderall and Strattera to Wellbutrin and lithium.
Yay.
Which are, yeah, right. You get the whole like, you can't pay attention. And then you get the whole, that's why you're depressed. It's like, when I really think about it, I'm like, oh, it's just, what you're serving me is boring and that makes me sad. So, one thing I found really interesting was I went to an inpatient or an outpatient treatment. So like you go to school in a hospital and half your day is therapy and then the other half of your day is classwork. They told me that I needed to read Romeo and Juliet, but since I didn't want to read like the translation of it, I just told them, I'm still reading Alice in Wonderland and I'm taking time out. And then I just left the room and sat down for like 20 minutes. But I left with a prescription for lithium. Has anybody ever been on lithium?
I have.
It's a mood stabilizer. So basically what they neglect to tell you when they prescribe you lithium is that they prescribe it at really, really high doses, which is like nearly lethal. So you have to get these monthly blood drawings. You get these monthly blood drawings. They don't draw with your blood, really. They just to make sure that you aren't overdosing. It's safe to say now that I hate large needles in the side of my own blood in a tube. I think about doing kinky things around that too, you know. Is that the right word?
Yes.
Thank you. I remember when I was about 8, I was sitting in my dining room, which is like nothing, there's nothing, but a piano, which I wasn't playing. And my mother walked through and I was just sitting there in the dark, staring off the skates. And just like the look on her face of concern for me being a young child on these drugs and not getting, like, not having attention really. Or I guess, okay, having attention to darkness in the corner of an empty dining room. But yeah, it was then that I realized that I wasn't the only one being played for profit. Has anybody experienced that? Can I get a game in? Yeah! Another funny thing is I didn't start smoking or drinking till I left the hospital, which I thought was really funny, because I was like a good boy, good girl, good girl, Pearl, wait, sorry. So, and honestly, the depression didn't subside until I stopped repressing what was inside of me. Can I get a game in? So,
It's gorgeous.
that's why, that's where this story came from, because I look around and I see all of you as subjects. And I see all of you I see you as just where you are right now in front of me. And I'm gonna fix and there's so much more to all of you than that. And I just wanted to share that we all see each other and where we're at in front of each other, but we are really the only ones that know where we've come from. We're the only ones that know how much we've traveled to get to where we are today.
Amen.
If we don't really share those parts with one another, then we can't really, like, we can respect one another, but it's thank you. It's a little less personal. And I'm sure that I know for a fact that there are prescription medications that people need and they make their lives a lot better. And I'd love to hear those stories and share mine.
Testify.
I am who I am, you are who you are, share your stories with each other, because only we really know that we've come so far.
Yes.
I'm in a room full of fierce subjects. See it, feel it, and play.
Brought a little shot.
Sorry. Brought a little sacramental. I'm gonna do this little number and walk around. And unless you have an allergy to sugar or you're sugar free, I'd love it if you partook in a little communion.
You gonna give us Kool-Aid?
It's Molly.
And I'm gonna try to remember all these words. My attention may wander and I might get depressed, but I'll try. Go for it.